everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today at time of filming is Wednesday. I'm not sure when this is going up, but that's okay. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. If you're new, I hope you like what you see here. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back again and again. I really and truly appreciate it. My channel is mostly about crochet, my adventures in this wonderful yarn community. I do talk a lot about my charity of choice, which is donation blankets for Boggy Camp, Camp Boggy Creek in Eustis, Florida, which is a camp for chronically ill children, and myself, along with Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too, Nina from Nina's Knots Crochet, Jax from Creations by Jax, Billy, the Crafty Floridian, and we get help from Juan the Yarn Addict, and then so many other channels. We ask you to donate blankets that are 35 to 40 wide, 40 to 50 long, or like a 40-inch square to the camp, because the camp is a wonderful place for these kids to go and be kids, not be sick kids. And they get to take home a handmade, knitted, crocheted, woven blanket. And it's a forever then piece of memorabilia for them from this camp, which they get to go to for free. So that being said, I do talk about Boggy Creek a lot. I do crochet for them quite a bit. So today's video is a little of, and sometimes my husband and I live in a camper. This camper that I'm in right now is our permanently placed camper that we have sadly decided to sell because we won't be back in Ohio next summer. Because we're going to be in Alaska, visiting our friends in Alaska. So we've decided to sell this camper. We have another one that we travel in because this one was too big for traveling in. But when we're traveling, I do like to go to local yarn stores. I like to show you places that we've seen that are cool. So we do some travel video. I am not the greatest at travel video, but I try. And you get to see things, even if it's not the greatest photography. So stay tuned for that. We'll be pulling out of here in October. And we are going to do a DC tour. We're just planning on how we want to do it. Like on a hop on, hop off. If anybody is from DC or has traveled there often, we're going to be 2 days that we have available to go into DC from our campground. I do definitely want to see the World War II monument. It was construction had just started on that when we were there the last time, years ago. I want to see it completed. And there's some like hop on, hop off tours that you can do, and even at night, which we've never really seen DC lit up at night. So I think that would be kind of cool. But those I don't think come with, like, you can get an e-car, I see, that, like where they talk about you have a personal, private-ish kind of tour guide that looked pretty good too. We've done it before on our own when we were like staying closer. So we don't want to do that this time. I think we're kind of more into having like a little bit of a tour guide, or I like the idea of the hop on, hop off because we can stop and see things in more depth that we haven't seen before. But I really and truly like the idea of seeing it at night too. So if you guys have been there, or you live in the area, or you know what's good to do, good places to eat, that kind of thing, let me know in the comments below. I think I'll put this video up on Thursday, so I'm not going to finish it today because tomorrow I have a giveaway that I have to draw for. So that's what we'll do. I'll add to that tomorrow and do the giveaway. That's a good idea. Okay, got that settled. So this will go up on Thursday after I make the, because you had a week to make a comment on that previous video. So that just swirled through my head as as I was talking. But anyway, in the comments below, if you know of places in DC, that's going to be our first stop. It's going to be just for a couple of days. And then we're going to be heading to the Outer Banks, which we've never been to before either. So I'm real excited about that. We're going to be spending a week on the Outer Banks. So get ready for that too. But that's not starting until October. So what have I been working on? I have some really good things and some like, oh my God, what happened? Let's start with something good. I was involved with doing the Year of Dishcloths 52. What's it called? Yeah, a Year of Dishcloths with Laura from Mammy Me's Crochet and Farming. She's done now. I'm not done now. I took like a 6 weeks off for other things that needed to be finished in a timeline. So I had to do that. So now I'm just trying to finish up the fall ones that I didn't do. So this week or today I worked on the pumpkin. Isn't it cute? I think it's really cute. I like it. I did different leaves and I put my stem on differently. But this is how mine turned out. It's cute. I did a different stem. I couldn't understand what they were talking about on in the instructions. I couldn't figure it out, so I just did a heart-shaped leaf like this, and I put the stem on long ways versus they have it in the book going like laying across, so it's wider. I liked it better taller, so I did that, and there it is. And I just did one of the hearts because it's one leaf, because I didn't really feel like I had room for two, and I think it turned out really, really cute. All the yarn is sugar and cream, peaches and cream, except for the green, which is sugar whale cotton from Hobby Lobby. So that one's done. The next one in the book, I'm just kind of trying to go along picture by picture in the book. The next one in the book is the school bus. Totally love the school bus. I can't wait to do the school bus. I do not have any yellow to do the school bus. And I had talked about maybe trying to do it like the Partridge Family bus and just do it a bunch of different colors. I'm not going to do the black lines in between like they had on the Partridge Family bus. So I might do that, like just do chunks of color here and there. I don't know. We'll see how much of a pain in the rear end that is. They're supposed to be quick, easy projects. And school busing it might be a little bit hard. So if I don't do that one next, the one after that is the apple. So I have tried a couple of times to get into like a Michael's, because that's the only place I can think of. Oh, Walmart might have yellow cotton. I didn't even think about Walmart, and I was there yesterday to get my prescriptions. Just on a traveling tip, if you are traveling all over the country and you have prescriptions with, you can go to Sam's Club or Walmart and just have them transferred to wherever you are, right internally. We use Walmart because there's like a Walmart in every corner, everywhere you go. But it's really awesome. You just go to the one that's closest to where you're staying and you say, you know, I need them transferred here for this month. And they transfer them all and they give them to you, and then you get a text when it's time to take them again. You know, to refill again, because my prescriptions, they only let you refill with my insurance 1 month at a time, which is fine. The next month, if I'm, you know, in another state, I just call again and have them transferred, and it's awesome. While we've been here in the summer, they keep being, you know, at the same place, and um, it's been really, and they're inexpensive too, so that's been good. Not unhappy with that. Okay, so next, that was just on another squirrel note. I'm just squirreling like crazy today. I have been working on, this is in my swag, tote from the Boggy Blanket Brigade swag. I love this tote. It is so cute. But this is my blanket from that I'm doing the crochet along from Juan, the yarn addict. He did the spring crochet along. Well, this is my spring crochet along. He did it with 4-weight yarn. I'm doing it with this Vista. I have 3 skeins of this Big Twist Vista. This color is called Sunrise, and it is a 1-weight. So it's a lot smaller than what Juan's is going to be, or Juan's was. And I screwed it up. I was on round 44, and then I messed it up, but I'll still show you what it's looking like. I don't know. I did 3. I had to pull out back to round 40. So now I think I'm on 41 or 42 again, but it's not messed up. I don't know what I was counting every row every time and doing so good. And then I got to this really simple row and I thought it would be fine. And everything was ending where it was supposed to end until I got to the end of whatever round that I was at, and all of a sudden it didn't work out. I'm like, what's wrong? It's not looking right. I mean, it's still I still had everything working right. It just didn't look right. And I'm like, what is going on with this? Well, I was doing a lot of that crocheting in the car, and we had people in the car with us, and I wasn't counting. So I put some things in the wrong place, and it eventually showed up. So I had to remove like 3 or 4 rows. Very upsetting. But I'm getting caught back up again. And I was like, ugh. Just totally ugh. No. I didn't want to rip it out. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it unless I did, because the counts were wrong. Sometimes you just miss one little thing. I was probably, the row that I messed up on, I was probably crocheting while tired, and just how that goes. But anyway, when I figured out that I was messing up that, and I was in the car, and I'm like, oh, I'm not crocheting on this anymore. Plus, that thin yarn really gets to my eyeballs, and I can't see very well after a while, so I have to put it down and crochet on something else, or stop crocheting altogether. Well, I decided to not stop crocheting altogether while I was in the car that day, and I started on my, I know I wasn't supposed to start anything else. I know. But I needed something that I could do without having to think about it. Like for crocheting in the car. Particularly after I found out that I messed that one up. And I didn't want to I needed something I could just do from my head. Because there's a lot of times I'm like not crocheting because I have to read the pattern, or I have to follow the tutorial, or I just have to think too much, or I need to spread out. So a lot of my projects are like that right now. The dishcloths I need the book for. This blanket I need the tutorial for. The graph GAN I need the graph for. And space. I need to be able to spread out with that a little bit so I can see the graph and have my little mini bobbins, and so I haven't pulled that out in like 2 weeks now, and I'm really anxious to work on it. And then the Luck of the Draw blanket. Well, that's just a one, like you get the Luck of the Draw number and then you're done until next week. So that's the one thing I could do without having to concentrate, but that doesn't take long enough. So I started my Frankenstein head. This is this is all that it's going to be for a while, is just back and forth double crochet. And so I started with a chain. I don't know how many. I just did by length. And I had it, I chained and chained and chained. And, well, I did the, where you do the chain and the double crochet at the same time. The, double crochet starting chain, I guess, is what it's called. So I started with that, and I did that until it was long, and then it was too long. So I pulled some out, and because it can't be more than 40 wide. So I pulled some out, and it was maybe 36, 38, something to that effect. And I did my next row, and it was good. And so then I just kept crocheting. Now it's like 34, 35. 34 and a half. Like, I don't know how I lose. It's like I either gain them or I lose them. And I know it has to do with stitch counts, but the sides look even and straight. So I don't know. But if I have to put a border, it's okay. It's all right. It'll get a border if it needs a border. I'm not starting over again because I just have this problem with, I'm sure it's tension. But I did so good for the first, like I measured the first, I'm on row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I measured the first 3 rows and I was good. Then I got to row 8 and I measured again, and now I'm short. Just a little teeny. Maybe if I do another 8 rows, it'll be the right size. I don't know. But this is what it is. And I'm thinking when I get to the top, I'm going to just make it I'm going to make a big square. I had even thought of doing a corner to corner square. But I'm not. I'm just going to do a big double crochet square like this. And I'm going to do a mouth. I'm not really sure how to do the mouth, because I want it to be like a square smiley face Frankenstein. So I'm thinking maybe do the smiley face mouth that I did on the circle, and just make him smiling and big black circle eyes. I don't know what you do with the nose. But at the top, I'm going to add black, and I think I'll do like spike stitches, over the green. Like do a couple rows of double crochet, but the first one do spike stitches down so that it gives them like a hairline. I was thinking about that. Another thing is, if it's a little bit short, I could do the black to make it wider on just part of it so that his hair comes down the sides. So that could be a good, and then maybe add a short piece for a neck and then some silver, bolts. I don't know if I'll do that or not. The neck part is the least maybe thing. I'm not sure if I'll do that. And I don't know about bolts on the sides. If it's just the square head, that would look silly. But the hair up down the sides, if I'm a little bit short, that would work out, I think. And then, maybe like a scar here and a scar there or something. Just the black crochet over thing. I'll just like surface crochet those, I think. I think that would be cool. And I just don't know about a nose. And when I've looked at crocheted Frankensteins, they don't necessarily have a nose. If it's just the face, they don't necessarily always have a nose. So it might not get a nose. But I might do eyebrows. He's got that big like unibrow thing going across. Just like a row of double crochet. I don't know, that you stick out. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play with that. Or maybe when I get up there, do a row of like bobble stitches. But then I would have to have a really good idea of where those go. So I don't know if I could like crochet them on top. I don't know. I'm going to play with it. But what do you guys think? There's a lot of crocheters that have way better knowledge of this stuff than me. Could I like just attach yarn here and do bobbles across and attach them as I go? Like, why not? Why can't you just pick up yarn as you go, you know, pick up a stitch or go into one of these stitches as you're going. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I can. I'm going to probably try it. What's the worst that could happen? It doesn't work out. Okay, then you frog it. But I think that's what I'm going to try to do, is give him at least the unibrow bump. You know, that like bump. And I don't know about the nose. I'm really... I don't know. What do you think? But that's the crochet I've been working on. I was really sad when I had to rip out my Wands blanket. But you gotta do what you gotta do. It's only crochet, so it's no big deal. And I mean, this is boring crochet, but I can do this anywhere, anytime. And so I'm not boring, mindless, that's the word. And I like that. I should be doing it while I'm talking to you. I have a hard time making a video and crocheting at the same time because I feel like I'm never engaging with the camera. I'm like, so I tend not to do that. Anyway, this is where we're at with the Frankenstein blanket now. I am using, oh, I forgot to tell you, this is the $5 yarn from Dollar Tree. I tried to do a center pole. That was horrible. I couldn't get it out. It would not come. But it is, I do have the, here it is. I wanted to do a center pole and keep it in the bag. That didn't work out for me either. But this is Yarn Inspirations Red Heart Classic 1 Value. The color is green pea. It's the one, the orange is papaya, and the other was called off-white, I think. But I couldn't remember this one. Green pea. It's 16 ounces, 454 grams. It's 867 yards, 792 meters. But it does say that it's 16 ounces. You know, therefore 1 pound. The yarn that I used, the big twist, 1 pound, was 1,093 yards. So we'll see how far this goes, because I did have extra on the big twist when I did the 40-inch circle. And it is a little bit bigger than 40 inches, but the orange part, because I did a, excuse me, I mean the yellow part, has a, oh, excuse me, you know, I put a big black border around it, like 2 rows. And so it got a little bit bigger than 40 inches, but 40 and a half or 41 or something. So I'm not going to sweat it either way. And the same with this, I won't sweat it either. And maybe I'll do the whole big circle, you know, no, because I really thinking I might do just like a couple rows halfway up of the hair, you know, to give him hair across. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it turns out. Then we'll know what I did. But because I couldn't get the center out, I'm not leaving it in the bag. But I am putting it in this bag that I got from the loom place when we were at the Fiber Sip in Pittsburgh. And I bought a little tiny octagon loom. And so it's living in that bag because that's in the... because I had that bag in the camper. That's all I got for you today, guys. I will... so stay tuned because I'm going to pull the name, but I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. And then get this video up for you tomorrow so that you'll have the winner. But I'm not going to pull that name till tomorrow morning after they have the full till Thursday to... or maybe, you know what? Maybe I should leave it until Friday. That's what we're going to do. Because it doesn't give them... I'm not giving a whole week if I pull it on Thursday morning. They don't have the whole day Thursday to watch the video. Right? And I won't be here tomorrow anyway. I'm going away for the day to my daughter's. So I'll pull it on Friday. We'll do a video on Friday and do it. Okay, that's... sorry that I misled you earlier in the video. Because I would be pulling it really early in the morning tomorrow. and that's kind of not fair. So we'll give you another day. So I'll pull it on Friday morning. That sounds good. Okay, guys, that's what I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, liking, all those things that YouTube likes, subscribing, commenting. And I'll see you guys in the next video, probably Thursday or Friday. Probably Friday, because I don't think I'll do one Thursday. Okay, bye-bye.